Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live. Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. It's been a strong minute since we've done one of these sports Q&As, and it's where myself and the rest of the panelists that join answer the sporting questions from the chat. And the Champions League final has, the Champions League, Champions League 2025 has concluded with the final today, and PSG smashing Inter Milan, record-breaking final, 5-0 winners. PSG, I repeat, ran out 5-0 winners in the Champions League final. That's the biggest win in the Champions League format since it turned from the European Cup to the Champions League format, and thoroughly deserved win for PSG as well. No one can dispute PSG winning. It's the first Champions League in their history as well. So you know that Paris, the PSG fans in Paris, PSG fans all over the globe are celebrating heavy. But big up to everyone that's locked in. I'm sure you lot have a plethora of questions when it comes to the Champions League. Anything you lot want to ask though, anything you lot want to ask in regards to the transfer rumors, whether it's Manchester United, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Chelsea, whoever the case may be, people. So get your questions in, and if you're a member of the channel, I will star your question and I will get to it at a later date. So if you're a member of the channel, that is one surefire way to make sure your question gets answered. Secondly, if you super chat, I'll make sure I get to your question as well. So if you see me going to the same names, I'm not ignoring you. It's simply because that is one of the perks. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. And of course, if you are new here, you might not have heard me say this, but if you're not new here and you're a regular, you hear me say this all the time. When you enter the city of sarcasm, pay the tax. When you enter the city, pay the tax. All I need you lot to do is hit that like button on the video. So important you do that. Hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share this out across all the socials, every social media app you're active on. And that's me, Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, Twitter and Instagram. Retweet and like from Twitter, share from the Instagram. And just as important, make sure you hit the subscribe button, Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell as well, people. Big up to Warrior J in the cut, as always, who's been kind enough to drop some of the comments from both managers. And I'm sure there's some players as well. Big up to, so like I said, big up to Warrior J, big up JT, big up Kaneki, big up Steve as well. Sai, Certified, Chinlu. I know we pushed this back. That's because we was going to do the Yardman show, but that's been pushed to Monday. Then we ran clubs a little bit, so that's why we pushed the show back. Hey, Sham, big up, man. I hope you're blessed. Big up Flawless, the mods, and the chat. And Certified to smash the likes, people, as well. And to Warrior J, who says, thoughts on PSG 5, Inter Milan 0. And does the panel think PSG is another candidate to win the Club World Cup that's going to happen at June? Thoughts on the game is PSG were light years ahead of Inter Milan. That's why for people criticizing Inter Milan, I'm more swayed to just giving praise to PSG. PSG was just too good. Sometimes in sport, especially high-level elite sport, you just have to hold your hands up and say, that team is better. Is there things tactically Inzaghi could have done? Yes. Should he have switched it up at halftime? Also, yes. Should he have maybe changed the formation? Also, yes. But I don't think any of that would have mattered. Any of that would have mattered. Maybe they get beat 3-0 instead of 5. But PSG were just too good. We're just too good. On the ball, too good. Off the ball, too good. And that's where you just have just hands down. Like, we know what Inter Milan are and we know what they are. Defensively, they are very strong normally, even though they conceded 5. And offensively, they're not the best. But PSG just suffocated them when they had the ball. And then getting the ball off PSG, that midfield trio of Neves, Ruiz, and Vitina is just different. Dembele, who I've been heavily critical of, has been performing at a high level for pretty much the whole season now. Desiree Doué, top quality. There's moments in the game where he's controlling the ball, and that's crazy. Kvaratskhelia, we all know about his levels as well. And Mendes, Pacho in particular, even though they didn't have a lot to do today, have been key in previous games, semi-final, quarterfinals of this competition where they done well. Hakimi today involved in the goal as well. So you just gotta give props where props is due. Same to Donnarumma and of course Luis Enrique as well. Big up Jazz in the cut, big up Fats. What you man saying? You man good?
Okay, I'm good. What's up, everyone?
Blessings, man. Blessings. What are you saying, Jazz? You good?
No, I'm good, man.
Is that Kaka kissing the Ballon d'Or?
No, that's Kaka kissing the Club World Cup.
Club World Cup. Okay, first. And
Yeah,
speaking of that, to Warrior J. Yeah, PSG are going to be right amongst the favorites for that competition. Yes, right amongst the favorites for that competition for the Club World
But
Cup.
you know what?
Go on.
I was step up today, and I was surrounded by PSG and Inter Milan fans. That was the most one-sided final I've ever seen since the inception. I'll go back to, let's say, well, you know what? Maybe like the first time that we've seen 4 goals plus since 1960-ish. Yeah, and I think it was like since 2000.
It was AC Milan. It was AC Milan versus Barcelona. Ironically, AC Milan beat them like 4-1. I think.
There you go.
Yeah, it was AC Milan, but yeah, it was one side. It was super one-sided. What did Enrique say? He said, "Zana is not physically here, but she's always connected to me, and she's enjoying this time with us." This is his daughter who tragically passed away. So, love to Enrique, his whole family as well, and his daughter's up there smiling about this. So, love that. Stay in touch. Simeone Inzaghi says, on Al Hilal's proposal or staying at Inter, my future we will see in the next days. I will meet with the club and we will assess the situation together. Also, and in Saudi Arabia, they are sure that Inzaghi has already made up his mind to join Al Hilal. Maybe he's not decided yet, but his final result may have accelerated this decision. And that's from Di Marzio. So we'll see what happens with that.
I think he should take the offer. I'll be honest. Like,
you reckon so? You don't think he has more to offer in Europe?
No. He has more to offer in Europe, but I think it depends on what team also comes in for him. And I feel like a lot, like, I don't want to say that we have an outside shot, because Paratici is coming back to be our director of football, I would imagine us trying for him. But I think, considering what probably Al Hilal are offering, if he goes there for like 2 or 3 years, he can always come back.
You know what? Hypothetically, even before the game even start, like the news came out. Let's say if Inter wins it, they might offer a lucrative deal better than Al Hilal. But then since they lose it,
got you.
Yeah, since they lose it now, so yeah, he might as well just take that off.
Well, I think anyway, this is a good. I think it's a good time to go and end the circle, because I feel like Inter has to. And I think the Inter team. I don't even think Inter was necessary. Like, the scoreline shows that they were totally terrible if you chose to caution. But I don't even think Inter were terrible or anything like that. But I feel this Inter team just comes to a circle. Like, a lot of these guys been around now for like 3 years or shorter. Like, Mkhitaryan's been here for the longest. Burr's obviously been here for the longest. Bastoni as well. Like, Jan Sommer's probably one of the newest guys. Bishek joined last year, but he's on the bench. Azerbi's probably been there, I think, since last season or 2 seasons ago. Like, so it's guys who not only a bunch of older guys in this team, or it's like an older squad, but also guys who's been there for quite some time. And then you saw what happened there today. It's like they couldn't match them from a physical standpoint.
Yes.
Like I feel like a lot of people will look at the passing from PSG, look at how quick everything is. But I think one thing that PSG have that Inter don't have is they're physical in all aspects of things. Like, they can run around more, they can press you for days. Like, they pressed until it was like 3-0. They pressed them continuously.
You know what?
Continuously, like, I don't think they stop pressing. Off the ball, the amount of times you see guys rotating. It takes a lot out of you, but because the team is physically built to do all of this, now, like, this is what I say. Like, I think this Inter team just couldn't handle them from a physical standpoint. And this is why they already lost the game. With the fact, and then you put on top the fact that technically they're also so good. I don't think technically Inter. I don't think from a technical standpoint, I don't think Inter and PSG. PSG is obviously better. PSG is only Barcelona probably matches them. But I don't think the gap between Inter. I don't think Inter's and PSG gap from technical standpoint is that far apart. But what makes the biggest difference is that PSG team's a lot more youthful. It has a lot more energy and physicality about them, and this made the difference.
Thank you. It was supposed to be Barcelona in that final, but let's be real. Inter were shit in the semi-final, and the reason why they got over the line is because of experience.
Where they shit?
I don't think it was shit. I think that's too hard.
I don't think they were shit. I think they were actually great for the fact that actually they competed against a Barcelona team who's been hot all season long. Don't get me twisted. Barcelona was favorites for months.
I feel like they bothered themselves though.
But you have to punish it. But you have to punish them for their weaknesses. Everybody knew that Barcelona plays a highlight, and they took advantage of it every single time. Then every single time, look, there was the one counter attack which didn't count because I think Mkhitaryan was offside by like literally a toner, but they played it perfectly because they understood what Barcelona wants to do. I don't think Inter Milan was shit at all. I don't think there has been one game where I think this season in the Champions League that Inter was terrible. I don't think so. Like
the worst game was today, and like I said, I just give credit to PSG because you mentioned it. What we credit Inter Milan for is being a great team. They're a very, very cohesive unit, very, very tough to break down, hard working, etc., etc. Will get you on not get you on the break, but they're clinical once they're going forward. But they came up against a team who can not only match all that, but has better individuals too, and are physically, like Jez mentioned, superior. That's where it stems. Because let's not get PSG are a very good team. Like as a unit, like they are coached to a team. Everybody knows exactly where everybody should be and what everybody's doing. So not only when you have that puts you, that's why Inter Milan are where they are because of how their coach is. Why are we praising that? We don't look at Inter Milan's team and go, how many players are we taking from there? A Bastoni, a Barella. That's it.
And then
maybe
even then with DeMarco, it depends what type of system you play because you can't play DeMarco as a fullback,
you play him as a wing back. So we're saying 2 or 3, but if we start talking about PSG, we're naming pretty much the entire lineup. We're all looking at Apacho and Nuno Mendes, the midfield trio, Dembele, Doué, Kvaratskhelia. They got Zaire Emery off the bench. We all look like that's the point I'm making is that's what. But because Inter Milan can match them as a team and as a cohesive unit, then when you add in, like Jez mentioned, the physical superiority they have just in terms of age and just in terms of tenacity as well, and they also have better individuals.
Yes.
So really and truly, and that's where it's them. But we know what it's like. It's not necessarily the better individual who's always win the game. We just expected more from them. We just expected more from like Inter Milan as a team, but yeah, they just couldn't.
But this is the thing though, like I was sitting there in the first half saying they have to take off DeMarco, most people will tell you that DeMarco is probably one of the best wing backs in the world. But I told you, take DeMarco off at halftime because the guy couldn't handle them from a physical standpoint. Like Doué was having fun on that side. Dembele was having fun on that side every single time. And this is where I will give a lot of credit to Enrique because I think a lot of people will see what Doué did, Dembele did, the midfield, that's what they do. But it takes a great coach getting all these guys together and playing them like this on a consistent basis. Mm-hmm. It's easy to have a bunch of talents around, but it's one thing about making a whole squad buy into your idea and execute it to a perfection like they do. That's why I give Enrique so much credit for how he has this team looking out there because I don't think it's only just on the players only. So much goes into coaching, and that's what. And remember when we used to have the Chelsea Man United Spurs show with Surface on, and you always used to sit here and say, "Coaching matters."
Yes,
coaching. That's why you saw out there. It wasn't necessarily only the players, but it was also the coaching. Look at there was times where I see Dembele as the DM, then all of a sudden I'm seeing Doué as the DM. I'm seeing Vitinho when Nuno Mendes pushes up. I've seen Vitinho go as the left side, the centre back. In the back three with Pacho and Marquinhos. I'm seeing Joe Neville as the lone DM. I'm seeing Fabian Ruiz pushes up to give them a number, give them an advantage in number. No, Hakimi was in the box. Hakimi is overlapping. Hakimi is an overlapping fullback, but the guy is in the box as if he was like a right winger, cutting inside and finding some space. This all comes from the training coach. That's what I always sit here and say is that yes, we can sometimes look here and say, "Oh, certain players they're not good enough in that." But what is the coaching that I'm seeing on the pitch?
Yeah, what's the coach doing? Yeah,
What's the coach doing? What's the coach doing? And I've seen Enrique when his team dominating. I've seen Enrique in this Champions League run when his team was in adversity versus Liverpool. Still figuring it out. Versus Aston Villa. Remember when they were having good time versus Villa? Then Villa gave him pressure, but then he adjusted it. He making substitutions. He's making his team play differently. This what makes this sets apart great coaches with elite coaches right there.
Yeah.
And Enrique answers a lot of questions by winning the Champions League for his career, because I remember there was the time when he was coaching for Spain, and he was a failure for Spain. He was. There's nothing to say that you can't convince me that he wasn't a failure for Spain. And Spain had good players during the periods as well. But he came to PSG, and you know what the goal is. There's so many good managers. Ancelotti was there, Emery was there. The list goes on. But Enrique came there and won the Champions League with them. So you have to give it to him, bro.
Are you right? No, you 100% spot on. Before we continue, big up Faz for the raid each and every time. Shout out Planet Faz, man. Big up Faz. Everyone who's joined over from the raid, run up the likes, man. Please run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, get your questions in as well. I know the vast majority will be Champions League related. And like I said at the very start, if you're a member of the channel, your question will take priority like a super chat, and I'll star it and I will get to it. And of course, if you're kind enough to super chat, I will star it and get to it as well. But yeah, big up to, and everyone make sure you subscribe to Faz if you have not as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat. But yeah, PSG we're just too good, man. We're just too good. And to Ali, I agree, because he says if you guys really look at the game and focus on Vitinha's movement, he was the reason why PSG won. You're gonna hear nobody singing praises more of Vitinha than me. I think he is top quality. He's one of my favorite players to watch, period. Like, that's how highly I rate Vitinha. Like, in particular, this Champions League run, I'm like, he's just been him. As much as I rate Ruiz and I rate Neves and there's other players in there, so he's just one of my favorite midfielders to watch, because man does everything in that midfield. Does everything. You see, receive the ball, one player on him, two player on him in a quote unquote problem area. Seeing him press resistant, roll man, short passing, longer passes. And then he's got the other side of the game that you don't associate, the tenacity. Man will be making slide tackles and covering ground and extremely mobile and wanting to do. Normally, technical players like that don't want to do the defensive work.
No.
They don't normally want
and that's the key difference right there. But Enrique's team can execute the way they do.
Yes, he adds to it. And that doesn't mean I don't rate the others, but yeah, you're going to hear no one singing the praises more of Vitinha.
You know what's hilarious?
It's cold. Yeah, go on, fam.
You know what's hilarious? The guy was a flop at Wolves. Well, he was a flop in the Wolves. He was in the academy. He even played for the first team. I didn't know he played not a lot of Premier League matches, but he was part of the first team as well. Went back to Porto, did his thing, and then PSG bought him. So this kind of also shows how, as a footballer, don't count footballers out when they're like 18, 19, I feel like.
Facts.
Like, sometimes it's about finding the right environment and then find your confidence back again. You know what I mean? This is what I think. This is also like a lesson in football that I feel like sometimes needs to happen as well. Like, and look with Vitinha. Vitinha is one of the best midfielders in the world.
Yeah,
as a Wolves reject.
He's exactly Wolves didn't work at Wolves, and then you see him here and you go, "What? Is this the same guy?" Type of thing. Even João Neves, it's like, was he not here as well?
No, he wasn't Benfica. He wasn't Benfica. He
was at Benfica.
Academy.
Yeah, it's like,
it's his first season. That's his first season really for a top team, balling all season. Like he there was a period in the season where PSG wasn't great, but he was probably one of the more consistent players. Him and Vitinha. Ruiz came more around later part of the season, but him and Vitinha, they've been solid all season long. But it's crazy. It's crazy because it's crazy. The crazy part is because obviously Ruiz plays for Spain, Vitinha and João Neves play for Portugal, and you're gonna see some way somehow Rui Garcia fucking up this whole shit for Portugal again.
Nah, facts. I hear that. And big up to TJ as well. Says big up Flawless, big up Jets. He says fuck Chelsea. I hear you on that. Congrats to PSG, complete team.
Hey!
Yeah, facts. I hear that. Hey, bro, take that with TJ. Facts, man. I ain't nothing to do.
Fucking hell, TJ, relax yourself.
Hey, Steve, thoughts on the game? Talk to us.
I mean, it was fucking marvelous, man. I enjoyed watching it. Yeah, that was completely unexpected. I didn't see that coming from Inter because I thought they were gonna like grind out a win, but yeah, they're just different. Paris Saint-Germain are just built different. The remarkable improvement they've had, like since the Atletico Madrid loss, where they lost 1-0, and then the Arsenal loss as well. And even some of the Ligue 1 games, like they've like gotten away with draws and stuff, like early in like more in the 2024 part. Like this is crazy. He figured out his best 11. Brought in Kvaratskhelia in fucking January. And he's worth the treat, bro. He figured it out, and they've just been on smoke ever since that Man City game. They won 4-2. They beat City 4-2, right? Yeah. Ever since that game, they really haven't looked back domestically or in Europe. Yeah, hella impressive. I mean, what else is there to say about that team? But yeah, shout out my fucking league, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. I won regardless. I was either gonna get the prediction right or my league would fucking triumph. So it's over. It's over.
Nah, it's big. It's big because, like, what's it called? Liga, when it comes to performances in Europe, it's always like something. It doesn't matter which competition.
Bro, you know what it is? Like Lyon, they can't defend. That's their problem. Monaco, at the end of the day, defending was their problem in the Champions League this year. Freaking Stade Brest actually were one of the better defending teams, but they met PSG in the
and they whooped them, bro.
Got fucking like diddied. So it's one of those. Like if the French team, if Ligue 1 clubs can improve defensively with their clubs and the TV deal, it can become the best league in the fucking world. If you can assemble a team like this, then if the other teams get better TV deals and shit like that, I'm telling you, it'll be great. Because I'm telling, bro, that the what we saw today is a combination of French football, what makes it great, and the Spanish football, what makes that great. And it's too much to contain, bro. It's too much to fucking contain. Inter's energy levels were fucking very, very low after like 10 minutes because they just couldn't touch the football at all. They're pressing. It wasn't intense enough. They were too narrow. That was the other thing that was bugging the shit out of me. I saw 4 or 5 times in the first 20 minutes, my man Thuram out there on an island. 4 PSG motherfuckers mobbing him. Nobody's around him. No, bro, Dumfries isn't making those overlapping runs to help out Thuram. Like nobody's showing for the ball. It's like I literally see 4 or 5 times.
I know what the problem is.
Like
they know what the problem is.
They're worried about the pace on both sides of PSG.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
They couldn't. What they were planning to do, they couldn't do because once this was goal kick, there's 2 PSG man on
goal kicks. They took so fucking long to do them. Jan Summers is chilling with the ball. Like, what are you doing? Kick the ball quick.
I think there was one sequence. I remember there was one sequence where there was a goal kick. Cameron just was zooming elsewhere. They tried to go quick. 2 PSG man on Di Marco. He has to go long and they lose the ball against Marquinhos and Bakapacha.
Yeah,
it happened all night long, bro. All night long. Like.
And then this is where I'm getting onto Inzaghi because it's like, all right, fine. You're down 2-0. It's horrific. It's horrible. But it's only 2-0. By the grace of God, it's only 2-0 for you guys because PSG could have had 5 in that half, and then in the second half, about another 5. It could have literally scored 10 or 11 goals on fucking God. Problem was, I understand why you didn't start Bisek at the start of the game because he's been making defensive mistakes at times. But at halftime, you had no ball progression from the back because Bastoni was so shaky and nervy on the ball like I never seen before, or I haven't seen in a while. And then fucking Pavard was just going back to Summer every time for him to, fuck around on the ball and do absolutely nothing. Take 10 seconds to do a goal kick. So you needed to bring on Bisek at halftime. You needed to bring on Fratesi and probably Zielinski or Zalewski. But he did it. He did it too late. He did it too fucking late.
I said it at halftime.
It was over after the second goal. Don't get me wrong, but like halftime is halftime. You can change shit up, right? We've seen teams get smoked first half and then come back in the second half. Worst teams.
Yes.
So, like me and Jez were watching the fucking Stade de Reims Cup final versus PSG. They fucking played better than Inter tonight. How? Not possible.
They have more shots on target than them.
More shots on target. They're bro. No, sorry, Safanov had to make some okay saves.
And take into consideration as well, they arrested their players on the last day of the season for this.
Yeah. So it's like with Inzaghi, dude. It's like you royally fucked up, and that's a black mark you'll never, ever, ever, ever get over, no matter what you do. It is a black mark against you, whether it's fair or unfair. That's horrific. Losing 5-0 in that fashion. 100%. That's a black mark against you forever.
Yeah,
100%.
But yeah, bro. Like overall, man, I love French football, man. It's my shit, bro.
You know what? I don't know.
And go on. Actually, before you go, Jim, big up Casually for the raid as well, man. Shout out Casually FC for the raid. Big up Marshall. Need to work with Marshall. It's been a minute. I hope you're good, Marshall. Everyone who's joined over from the raid, run up the likes. We're only at 36. Over 80 of you like the building. Like check 1212. Like check 1212. When you enter the city, man, pay the tax. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get your questions in as well. Go on,
PSG fans the whole fucking game lit as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No surprise. I just
but you know what? I actually loved the fact that they allowed the ultras, or I think it was the ultras. I'm pretty sure it was. Allowing them to comment on the pitch because that's a proper connection right there with the fans, and that's the proper connection with the fans and the players and that. But you know what? There's what's it called? You know the clip, the Enrique and the Mbappe clip that I shared earlier. Can we watch it, or is it copyright?
Wait, what's it from? Is it on a DVD?
I sent you the video. I sent you. It's not from a documentary. No,
I see it popped up on my what's it called? It popped up on
Twitter.
Yeah, it popped up on my Instagram feed actually. But I know you can explain to the people because they might actually cut us for copyright. But yeah, go on. So explain to the people.
So pretty much So it was to keep it kind of short. It was a clip of Enrique. This was last season, by the way. It was a clip of Enrique and Mbappe, just 1v1. No other players there. I think this was something to do with like not probably just documentary from like the last season, and they obviously having a conversation 1-to-1 because he's the best player for PSG. He's supposed to be the leader and everything. He's talking about how the creators in the sport has made sacrifices in order to help the teams win, with also having the need to also express themselves of who they are as well. He was talking about Jordan, he was talking about Kobe, he was talking about like a lot of greats in sports. I think because he was also showing him a clip of a game previously that they played where Mbappe was lazy out there on the pitch, not necessarily putting it all out there for the team. And I think it's a good example, because ironically, I think this was killed Real Madrid out this season over the course of the whole season, where I believe that how having players, I believe you can't have a great team if the whole team doesn't buy into your whole idea, even if it's just one player. Especially if you're a player of Mbappe's.
Everybody got to buy in. Any team think everybody got to buy in.
You have to. So when you see a player like him not buying in, but because he's thinking he's bigger than everybody, and you saw what PSG happened in the last few years. And no, it's not just necessarily him; it's other players as well. But I think it's the perfect example because of what happened with Real Madrid this season. He still had a good individual season for himself when you look at the numbers, but as a team for Real Madrid, what happened this season? It's a disaster of the season. It's like red alarm and all this type of shit. And PSG, when from the start of the season, nobody counted them for anything. Everybody said they might not even get to a quarterfinals this year to go on to win a treble, even quadruple, to be honest, because the Community Shield actually counts in every other country bar England because of the fact that it's a competitive game. They have it actually doing the competitive season. And I think it's also such a mess. I feel like talking about, because I know a lot of people having conversation about Mbappe, and I feel like he should use this, what happened this season with PSG, as like a motivation to kind of like get over. Not saying that you shouldn't have an ego, because I think all great players have an ego.
Agreed.
But being able to put some of that aside, understanding what this game is about. This is not basketball where one player can massively impact the team. It's 11 players on the pitch. But if 11 players don't cooperate as a whole unit, you can't win the big trophies. You can't. But yeah, this is something that I wanted to talk about. But I have to dip. I'm going to be there later for the basketball.
Yeah, no stress. I'm going to start the NBA.
Big up, Jazz, man.
Big up, teacher. I hope you've been good.
No, I'm good, man. Jazz. I'm good, man.
Hope you're blessed, TJ. Hope you're good, Kaneki, as well.
Yeah, big up, Jazz. What's going to happen to you in the Super Cup should not be televised?
Kaneki took my fucking question.
What's going to happen to you?
I'm answering before I leave, because you know what? Because a lot of people has been saying to me here, 1-0 to the Tottenham Hotspur. Big up.
TJ, before you get to the Super Cup,
most highly anticipated
the final. Fall to the final, first and foremost.
What a treat to watch, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. It was great. It was a complete football team going up against a team that is at the end of an era. Like these players, you could tell. You could tell that Inter Milan, and a lot of people were choosing Inter Milan. I didn't know who to choose, to be honest with you. But a lot of people were choosing Inter Milan, and the fact that PSG came out and played a complete team game, they just ran right through them. I've never seen there's been a lot of matches that I've watched over the last 10 years or so. I've never seen a more complete game than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm just so impressed by what Enrique has done there. And I was told by my buddy Mike Griggs, who you guys might know. He has his own channel. Griggs. Yeah. No, he told us in the American Waffle chat back in October, like, watch out for what Enrique does with this club without Mbappe. And this is when they were in the doldrums. This is when they weren't doing well in the league stage. And he was completely right. They turned it around in the knockout stages, and it will go down. Like, I know this is the first format of this tournament with the knockout stages the way they are, and the league stage the way it is. But I think this will go down as the best performance in the knockout stages of the Champions League in this new format of all time. It was absolutely incredible. You're not going to see anything like that for a long, long time. So big up Enrique, big up the players. Due, what a game. Vitinha, incredible performance. I was absolutely blown away by their midfield. Kvaratskhelia, holy Lord.
You just need to work on his finishing.
The guy was running when the game was over. Okay, that is the guy that you want on your football team. Period. In the story. And I know this has probably already been touched.
Hunger.
This guy, the amount of effort I saw that guy tracking back in the 80th minute, 5-0 when the game was over.
Yeah.
Like if his shirts don't fly off the shelves after that. Like,
oh yeah, they will. Oh, they going down.
Yeah, no, I think I might buy one. I'm not gonna lie. The guy was absolutely incredible today. He was absolutely incredible today, and I'm not gonna go on for too long because I want to hear what Kaneki has to say. But like, this PSG team was just undeniable in the knockout stages. I'm not gonna make excuses for Arsenal losing. I'm still pissed about that. But this team and the performance they put on in the final, I'm glad that they won. Because if they would have lost, the bants towards me would have been even worse. But this performance puts it all to bed. They beat Liverpool, they beat us, and they beat Inter Milan to win it. And in the biggest,
like, they're the team to look out for next season. Like they've said yes, we are them. Catch us.
So flawless, and Steve. Before I give it away, so much for League One being a third-rate league, right? Whoa.
Hey, Farmers League. You know what I'm saying?
Farmers League. Yeah, electricians and plumbers.
Team in Europe. Yeah, man, they got the number one team in Europe right now.
Telling you, man.
Say nothing. They are them. They are the team. Now it's on everybody else in this window. Everyone who's close to them or do second, third, fourth, fifth, wherever you rate, wherever you rank certain teams. Catch us. Go do the business in the window.
Like, what do you do if you're Paris Saint-Germain? Like, do you need to buy a new center back?
Yes, I think they do.
Yeah.
You always buy to always don't stand still.
Yeah.
You don't even necessarily have to buy to run. Like
I'm saying their level of desperate. It's like they're not.
No, it's not desperate. You're the A side now. Why, if you're a player, why would you not want to go there?
Yeah.
Why would you not want to go and say, hey, we can be a part? We just want to treble, quadruple, whatever it is. Why would you not want to go there?
Yeah.
If you're
and they have a club World Cup coming up.
If you're a center back of note or an attacker of note, it's like, hey, let me go a fullback or whatever the case may be, type of thing. That's what I'd say. Pick up the pucks in the chat as well. Yeah, midfielder. Why would you not? Like, all right, I'm saying, where you're with Vitinha,
you know what?
Playing that midfield, you have to do nothing. You know
what interests me the most is that the early of the game when the first whistle blew, they just play a 4D chess after that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous what he was.
Yeah, it was. It was ridiculous.
This game. My thoughts on this game was one. In the words of Shaquille O'Neal, I'd like to apologize. I was not familiar with your game. I am sorry. I will never respect PSG. Yeah. I'm not going to respect a team that got draped up by Andres Pereira and Romelu Lukaku.
That was years. Kaneki.
That was so long ago.
No,
Kaneki.
that was the reason. That was the reason. No, that was the reason why I never respected them. That's why I'm apologizing. DJ, that is why I'm apologizing. Flawless and everybody here has heard my quote. I can't respect these guys because of what they made us look like. This team, this is the definition of TEAM. That's what that was. That was TEAM. That was a team today. You hear me? I watched a bunch of uncles get jumped by young niggas.
Yeah.
That's what I just watched. That's what I watched happen on that. A bunch of youngins jump unks, bro. All you were hearing was back in my day, and these man said, yo, new era, bro. What's the joke? The time is now, old man. That's what happened. Çalhanoğlu. These man said Çalhanoğlu. This ain't 2013. Man, them saw Mkhitaryan and was like, bro, when you were out here, Marco Reus was a wonder kid, bro. Why are you still here? PSG showed these mans their age. The whole time on that pitch, I was running jokes, TJ. I swear I told you. I said at 89 minutes, VAR told the referee to call the game off.
It's true.
Everyone was saying extra time. I'm like, ain't no extra time. They're calling this game off.
Bro, Kaneki, me and you as Ligue 1 watchers will know. That's how when they be kicking ass in Ligue 1 like that, they do like a minute stoppage time.
That wasn't even a minute, bro. They blew the whistle before 90 minutes.
They blew it at time.
Yeah.
It was done.
These men were like, Inter Milan, like, get these mans off the pitch, bro. You ever remember those old time cartoons where you see the giant hook just come out of nowhere and drag him off the stage? That's what happened with Inter. Man's like, get these mans off, bro. You got to get these man their joint medicines, bro. You saw these guys running around, but nothing but dementia on that pitch. None of these guys knew where they were.
That's crazy, yeah.
From this is the best Champions League I've seen in time.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah.
All right,
it was great. It was awesome.
Declan Rice and Arsenal shutting me up versus Real Madrid. That PSG.
Thank you for admitting that, by the way. Yeah? Thank you for admitting that.
No, I did admit it.
As much as I despise you lot, entertaining tie.
Yeah. It was entertaining as shit.
Straight up, bro. I can say that as much as I don't like the winner.
As much as I don't like you guys,
it's great to see high stakes. There's nothing better to me than high stakes football.
Yeah. That Aston Villa PSG game.
Yeah.
Literally, if Asenjo scores, we'd probably have a different final. Like it was just end to end. Like nowhere in this Champions League did you sit down and say, "Yo, we got robbed. Someone got robbed. Nope. Someone got checked." This was a game where you're like, football talks on that pitch.
The new format.
Real Madrid came with.
Steve, I'm glad you brought that up.
Back in a sec, you might hold it down.
Yeah, Real Madrid came with heritage. Arsenal said, "Yo, forget heritage. This is a new format now, bro. Yeah, this is a new format now, bro. Ain't no heritage here no more. Can you play football?" Arsenal exposed. Real Madrid can't play shit. Go back to the drawing board and practice. That's what Arsenal did. Arsenal told to Real Madrid, go back to the training ground and practice. You came into this rap battle with lyrics. That's not what we're doing out here. Why are you taking your paper, big bro? This is a rap battle. We freestyling now. Yeah? Barcelona. Right now, they need to replay this final and put Barcelona in it, bro. I feel like Inter Milan robbed me of something.
Dude, yeah, I agree.
Joke.
I agree completely.
I genuinely I thought Barcelona was good in the semis. I feel like Inter is like they were the shit, but I don't know somehow they got through it.
Bro. To me, Inter Milan deserve this. You made Scott McTominay win a league. Okay, I'm just saying this right now. You gave Scott McTominay a league. You deserve to suffer. But
hey, big up McTominay. Big up.
But this Champions League has just been. This was been pure football. This is the first champion. This is one of the few Champions League I've seen where no one complained. Barcelona got beat by Inter Milan. No one said, "Oh, Barcelona was robbed." No, Inter Milan came out. When Real Madrid played Arsenal, I said it. Well, we're going to see some Bandulu black magic in this game. Arsenal said, "No, bro. Ball on the ground. Come on. Football 101. Can you pass? No." From this entire Champions League, I'm going to praise it. I have it up there as one of the top 5. This is clearly now one of my top 5 favorite Champions League. All right, my favorite has to be, which one was the one with Hullet and these man? Well, which one was it?
99, 97.
Yeah, I had that on cassette. Let me just show you how I have that on cassette.
That's like mid-90s. If you're talking him at AC Milan, that's mid-90s.
Yeah, the one with Van Basten and these guys.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I have that on cassette. I have it on cassette. So this is up there, okay? Yes. And what is something that final? I'm sorry. At 2-0 down, I said you don't got bars. You ain't Barcelona. When I saw Inter go 2-0 down, I'm like, you're not Barcelona, bro. You ain't no coming back from this.
Trying to tell me about come back. Nah, it's a wrap.
What happened on that pitch was so that it looked like what Arsenal did to City this season. Like it was just a beat down.
It was better than that.
It was better than that. It was just sheer. Every time Inter Milan twitched, more fists just came raining down in their faces. Like stop moving, bro.
And that's the craziest part is no one else is doing that to Inter Milan. That's how good this is.
You know what the worst part is? Yeah, the worst part is that they just lost the league last week and then they lost the Champions League a week later.
They deserve it.
It's just the end of the road.
How dare you give Scott McTominay a league? Fam,
it's just the end of the road.
It was so hilarious because it's like 5-0 and I'm like, it's 5-0 because PSG decided to just end it 5-0. Desiree Doué could have made it 6. The Dembele shot that hit the post could have made it 7. The cutback from Hakimi could have made it 8. The header that what's his name missed could have
Barcola was actually a decent player. Lord of mercy.
This game could have literally
Barcola could have scored a hat trick today.
Fam, listen, Barcola, I'm going to give you wise words that I've heard. Dog, leave the football before the football leaves you. All right. All right, Barcola, I'm being honest with you. You don't. I am sorry, TJ. Anybody here can agree with me in this. If I watch a player that I'm coaching dribble past 3 players, fake shot the 4th player, and do that, I'm dragging you off the pitch and I'm telling you to go home. You don't get the option. You don't get the option to walk back. Walk off the pitch.
Yo,
don't even take the cleats off.
Don't eat, fam. Leave the shirt there. Leave your access card there. Just go home. Don't even take the car. That's getting repoed. Walk home. Don't go on the bus. Walk home. You don't do the fam. You need to understand that would have been one of the best goals we've seen in a Champions League final.
Yeah, it would have been gold. Absolutely.
I love this, and I'm going to say it right now. I am happy for Luis Enrique the most. Remember when I was talking about him when he became available flawless, and I said why Man United don't go for him? Well, you were right. You were right, because when I asked, you said because if he comes to Man United, we'll ruin the little hope he had left.
Yeah, like we ain't for like if you're of the caliber and what he wants, you're just gonna be fighting against the Bordens and things of that nature.
Bro,
you can go. Not everyone can go PSG before you carry on. No, Kadeki. Yeah. Let me just get to this. Big up to Vintage Football Highlights. Big up, man. I don't know how early you was on YouTube to get that name, but big up to you, man. He says, "This ain't a good look on Mbappe. Not gonna lie." Big up for the super chat. And Jez was mentioning, of course, bro. He has to use this as motivation.
Yeah.
He gotta get into next season. He gotta be on demon time. We need a season of all ages from him, not just in regards to team accolades at Real Madrid, but also his individual accolades and to the whole. That video is now going to circulate all summer long of Enrique talking to him about having to sacrifice for the team and having to do your defensive duties. And with Mbappe's physical attributes, that is something he can do. He has no issue with pressing. The engine is there to press.
Yeah.
It's just if he wants, the engine is there to track back. It's just he has the pace, he has the power, he has the strength. You can do these things. It's all on if you want to do it and turn if you want to turn into a demon. Because one thing Real Madrid are going to do is surround you with talent. You are not going to be out there by yourself, even if it goes wrong with Xavi Alonso, whoever the next guy is, whoever the players who they sign this summer because they're gonna make signings don't work. You are going to be surrounded by talent. Demon time. How you shut everyone up is delivering Real Madrid their first treble, to be honest. That's how you do it. Go be the catalyst. Because as great as Real Madrid are, that's one of the few things they haven't accomplished because they don't look good at it. Absolutely not. The fact that you left and they go and do this, and you could have been a part of it. Mm-hmm. That's the craziest part. You're more than capable of doing what Dembele do, and in regards to not just the technical side of things and scoring goals and getting assists, but I'm talking about the hard working side of it.
Hard working side,
capable. Yeah. It's not like you're not capable, but hey, we move.
Basic stuff. It's the basic fundamental stuff that you need to do.
Man.
Bro, all I have to say though is just listen. Let this. I am so happy because I'm telling everybody. I've been saying this. We would have never have got this if Atletico Madrid had knocked out Real Madrid. We'd have never have gotten this. We would have never have gotten this.
I forgot. If Atletico Madrid, another good tie as well.
That was
another good tie.
That was a good tie, but I'm saying if Atletico Madrid had beaten Real Madrid, we'd have never gotten this game because I'm telling you right now, those mans would have played Arsenal and played with 9 goalkeepers.
Yeah, so the Mazza. It's Mazza. You know what? But Prime's here. Let me get Prime. Prime, your thoughts on the final.
You're on mute, by the way.
You're on mute, buddy.
Yes, I know. I can see.
There we go.
Okay. I think it's funny. Inter got smoked.
Talk to us.
I think it's. I don't know how Inzaghi had like no answers to anything that was going on.
Yeah.
You saw. Well, got exposed.
He had an answer. It's called a white flag.
If you get smoked 5-0, there's no white flag. I'll be real. I think what got exposed tonight was the lack of legs in that Inter midfield. What got exposed was DeMarco on that left-hand side. He's phenomenal going forward. But I was saying it before the game that should be where PSG, if they're smart, they should target Inter's left-hand side.
Yeah.
Thuram and Lautaro didn't do anything.
Don't talk about picking that Lionel Messi of Lacazette. Don't talk about that, man. That Lionel Messi of Lacazette, bro.
I don't rate those two, but people want to tell me that Martinez is world class.
No. Thuram, I'll put respect on Thuram because he was the only thing that looked like he might have done something in that game.
I'll be wrong. I'm not respecting Thuram, but regardless, it's just this like end to a season for Inter Milan is quite. I think from their perspective, is quite sad. Not securing the title when it was in your hands. Because, Steve, remember we talked before the season began, and I said that Napoli, they'll go for the title, but they'll win it next season.
Yeah, I said you were crazy. I'm like,
I thought they'd fall. I thought Napoli would fall
3-0. They got smoked 3-0 versus Hellas Verona, and you were like,
at the beginning, but Napoli were supposed to fall off, and Inter were supposed to go on and win this title this season.
Yeah,
it's crazy how they ended the season, not having anything to show for it. Inzaghi's linked to Al-Hilal. From the stuff that he said after the game, looks like he's going to leave. This Inter team needs a massive rebuild.
What do you mean they have nothing to show for it? Do you not see the busted lip and black eyes they got?
What did he say? What did Inzaghi say?
He was talking about how some Warrior put it in the chat, but something about how it's not. They're asking him about will he be there for the Club World Cup with Inter and stuff, and he was talking about how
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. It's not. He doesn't want to speak on it out of respect for Inter Milan and stuff like that. It looks like he's going. And I look at Inter now, and I look at them and I think, what manager do you go for? Conte is just renewed with Napoli. You have Sarri, he's linked back to Lazio. Allegri.
No, we're appointing him. Like it's virtually.
Yeah, no, I know what. No, but he's coming back, is what I mean. Allegri is going to. Is it Juve? Milan. Is he going back to Juve or Milan? AC. And you have Gasperini. You have Gasperini that's going to Roma. Like, I'll be curious to what manager they go and appoint Inter Milan because they need a massive rebuild. But from a PSG perspective, bro, phenomenal. I'm kind of in the Kaneki camp where I've never really shown respect to PSG. And even the semi-final, I expected Arsenal to be able to go through. I expected Arsenal to be able to bully their midfield. And the performance PSG put against Arsenal both legs massively surprised me. Vitinha
wasn't
masterclass this final. And I don't even think he's their best midfielder. I think it's João Neves, but he was phenomenal today. Phenomenal final. Kvaratskhelia, he was available in Jan, but Chelsea want to buy Garnacho for 60 mil. Whatever, man.
Available in Jan, but Man United were like, we have Garnacho,
Yeah, Chelsea. Hey, Chelsea said there's Garnacho. So I don't know. This is what it is. Dembele, after going through injury after injury, and attitude problems as well. What a redemption story. And it's great to see. And fun fact, the surgeon Dembele went to recover from to get over his injuries, it's the same one Reece James went to.
Shout out surgeon, man.
Yeah, I'm happy. Hey, Fofana, man, you have to go there this summer. But no, brilliant Doué. What, two goals and an assist in a Champions League final? Your first Champions League final.
First ever friendship with a brace in a Champions League final.
Phenomenal. More GA than Messi in Champions League finals, but whatever. We won't speak on that.
Oh, yeah, uncomfortable conversation.
Hakimi, phenomenal as well. Donnarumma didn't have to do anything at all.
For sure.
First, I got to praise Hakimi. Thank you. That's still 25 mil to Real Madrid because Real Madrid always have that stupid Champions League thing in contract in their players' deals. He won the Champions League. That's 25 mil to Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, he's from Real Madrid. Oh, fair.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, but also Enrique. I'm happy for him because what he's gone through the last few years is just sad to see, and it's nice that there's a happy like ending at the end of it. Him getting
I'm happy he. I was happy the day I saw him come back, because from what I heard from his wife and everything, that she was so afraid that she'd have lost her daughter and him within the span of a week. That right there made me. That right there made me so happy when I saw him. Just seeing him win it, really. Just I'm like, I don't like. Excuse my hatred for PSG. I loved just this end to it. The tifo of his daughter planting the flag, him wearing the shirt. That right there was just is what capped it off to me. I am sorry. As I said, I'm not a father. TJ would probably know. I don't want to ever experience that pain of losing, of like losing a child, especially a daughter, bro. I am sorry. I am sorry. I can't. I don't think I ever want to experience that.
And also, nobody ever wants to. Speaking on the PSG Ultras as well, just how amazing they've been in these knockout rounds for PSG. The second leg against Arsenal, the atmosphere, bro. And when people speak on, clubs with money and stuff not having, history and heritage, people speak on PSG. People speak on the French league. I think this season for French clubs in the Champions League has shot a lot of people up, man. A lot of people.
Yep. Facts.
About Enrique, what I want to finish speaking about on him before everyone else speaks.
Let me get to it.
He was linked to Chelsea 2 summers ago, and he demanded that we get some experience into our team, and that's why it was, we rejected him, but in reality, it was him rejecting us because we didn't meet his demands. And everyone loves to talk about this PSG team, about this amazing project. That's what Chelsea fans love to say. It's an amazing project. But they seem to forget that PSG spine consists of international Donnarumma, it consists of international Marquinhos, consists of international Dembele, international Hakimi. That is Ruiz. Their spine.
Yo, well. Don't forget Flawless.
Scalia has already won a league title a few years ago.
Flawless. Remember when I was talking about Pacho? Remember when I was talking about Pacho on this channel when he was at Frankfurt? Me and Steve when I was talking about Pacho. Yeah?
No, you were.
Everybody. Pacho was the best center back. Best center back in the champs.
He was. And the thing is, right, I don't even rate Marquinhos that highly. But you see what happens with a young kid where he's allowed to play with an experienced head next to him in defense.
Yeah.
See how great Pacho looks.
That reminds me of you guys with Thiago Silva. That performance today reminded me of you when you had Thiago Silva playing in your backline when you won the Champions League. That was what that reminded me of.
You see how great Pacho looks when he has a man goalkeeper in net. Like, you see how great Doué looks when he has Dembele to take the pressure off. Because PSG had lost tonight, we'd be talking about Dembele and Marquinhos and
a player that no one's talking about. Fabian Ruiz. No one is giving that man his praises today on how he's as I said before, because in my position on a football pitch is the Fabian Ruiz role. I'm a 6. I pay attention to those roles a lot more, and I give more scrutiny, as you've seen, when it comes to defensive midfielders and their ability to do anything on the ball. Fabian Ruiz today has not been praised enough on how much fires he's actually put out.
That makes sense. Right? That makes sense why you love Pogba so much, bro.
The reason why I hate Bruno Fernandes, the reason why you hear me talk about Thomas Partey the way I do, the way you hear me talk about that's the reason being.
That also explains why you talk so much about Declan Rice being a centre back, because you are.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons.
No, you said that wrong. A centre back. You said that.
Centre back. Say it correctly. All right. It's one of the reasons. So when everybody always
speaking of which people, there's a video that will probably drop soon of Kaneki and I talking about Declan Rice and whether or not he's actually a centre back.
All right.
Oh, so Lord.
It's something that as I said, it's something I'm passionate about, because as a midfielder myself, I understand how unappreciated this role is, because it's not about the goals and the assists. We keep Yeah, we keep the game ticking, and it's something when the reason why I said Declan Rice beside of Thomas Partey is where you see the best Declan Rice, because that allows him to actually look like a midfielder now, because he doesn't need to do the foolishness that Arteta has him trying to do. And it's the reason today why I'm saying that. It's one of the reasons now. When you look at Fabian Ruiz, it's the reason why I said Arsenal got the wrong midfielder. That's who they should have gotten. No way today did he put any. No one was even talking about in the game. It was João Neves, Vitinha, João Neves, Vitinha, João Neves, Vitinha, and the person that was constantly winning the ball and giving it to them, keeping everything ticking just silently was him.
Yeah, I think that's the problem where the problem, not the problem lies, but because they're all so good, it's like, yo, they all gonna get their flowers. Let me get to this Inzaghi comments as well. Big up Warrior J. So this is Simeone Inzaghi on Al Hilal's proposal on staying at Inter. My future, we will see in the next days. I will meet with the club and we will assess the situation together. It'll be interesting to see what happens if he does indeed end up over there. Big up to Day and Dubs for the super chat. Appreciated, much appreciated. Big up. Says now PSG have joined Manchester United, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Inter and Celtic. When is Madrid going to get heat for not having a treble in their history? I was mentioning in regards to Mbappe, because surprisingly, all the European Cups they've won, that they don't have a Champions League. I was super surprised to hear about that. But I don't think you necessarily get heat for it. It's just one of them things that's more of a shock. But
Real Madrid don't have a great history with the Copa del Rey. That's been the stumbling point for their lack of troubles.
Didn't they lose the final to Valencia in 2002?
Yeah,
wait, hold up. Let me look on that.
It just seems for them that it's like Champions League or bust. Like,
yeah, that's all it's been.
They're the only senior European side that like take the Champions League over everything. Like it seems everyone else there's a mix that is the Champions League, but also their domestic league, and it kind of like goes alongside with it. Whereas them, true say, we've seen 2 managers get sacked after winning the league. How are you in a league and get sacked like that summer? It's crazy. That wouldn't happen anywhere else.
Athletic Club have more Copa del Rey titles than Real Madrid.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
they have 24 and Real Madrid.
Steve, do you think it's because they don't take it as seriously as other Spanish teams do?
No, they don't. Look, Real Madrid have always been.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Real Madrid have always been.
I think they're focused on. I think they're focused on the Champions League and the league.
That's what it's always been.
A little bit.
Yeah,
because let me show you how it is with the league. If Barcelona was supposed to win the league for the next 10 years straight, they'd still be behind Real Madrid on league titles.
What?
Yeah, they just don't. Like I said, it's for them.
If Barcelona was to win the league for 10 years straight, they'd still be behind Real Madrid in league titles.
How many league titles do Real Madrid have?
Isn't it 38?
And Barca have like, how many do Barca have?
20 something
titles for Real Madrid. 36.
Barcelona's like history is recent. Like before they went on that run in the Champions League, before Messi and winning Champions League, they were known as like Champions League underachievers.
Exactly.
Like it's only till they had that period where they won that 4 in 6 years or 7 years or 8 years or over that period where they really became like European power, because they were around. Like in the 90s and the 2000s, like Barcelona were around. Like they were
back
in
with
the
Edgar Davids and that's when what's his name took over. Johan Cruyff.
They was in the latter stages and things of that nature. Like when you look back, many a time they're there. I don't know how many finals they've lost, but they've been at semi-finals, quarterfinals as well.
How big of a club are Barca?
Very big club.
Very big. Oh, I was wrong.
But the size of their club obviously increased.
Yeah.
When you get someone like Messi at your football club.
Yeah, flawless. I was wrong. It wasn't Valencia that beat them. It was Real Zaragoza in 2003.
Okay. No, but I mean like Real Madrid. So, no, what I mean is like if Real Madrid and United are 1 and 2, regardless of the order, then are Barca top 5? Are they top 3? Are they third?
No, Bayern Munich's ahead of them.
Me personally, now I'd put them top 5.
They're top 5, but
it's because of what Messi did for them. When you have a player of that caliber at your football club, it elevates you.
What was it?
They had someone who people regard as the best player ever. So that's going. If you put that anywhere and have the success that he has, it can only elevate you. He's one of them. It's like what Michael Jordan did for Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
There'll be people who are not. There'll be before you go, Kaneki. There'll be people who are not NBA fans who know Chicago Bulls. Yeah. Simply because of Michael Jordan. Can't tell you another player on the team. Probably might not even be able to tell you another NBA team. But not you. I'm just saying in general. Like he like because Jordan became what's the word I'm looking for? It became a like
he transcended
the sport, but like he transcended the sport to the point he became, I don't know if it's an adjective, a verb, but like where people say, oh, such and such is the Jordan of his sport. That's what Michael Jordan did.
He became a verb for sure.
Yeah,
he became a verb.
Shout out Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant, by the way.
Yeah. Like he became a verb where people go, oh, you're the Jordan of such and such. Like so and that's what happened with Messi and Barcelona. I would say I would Messi in Barcelona top 5.
So you know how with Messi, people like over the years have said, "Oh, this guy's the next Messi," or "This guy's the Moroccan Messi." Is that the same with basketball with Jordan?
That's basically what it is. Like what I call Lautaro Martinez, the Lionel Messi of Lacazette.
Like
so the people say with basketball, this guy's just the next Jordan, or
literally talking about that with Anthony Edwards, who's at the Timberwolves now. That gets mentioned because they kind of look alike, and he kind of has that type of act. So people have mentioned it. Like that's it. Is he anywhere near him? No, but people mention it. And if a next guy pops up, it's always like, oh, he's the next Messi, he's the next Ronaldo. It's always in basketball.
It's like what you see everybody right now with what's his name, LeBron. Oh, they're just trying to dethrone this whole Jordan thing to have it just be LeBron now. That's basically what it is.
Well, it's all mad, man. It's all. Well, let me. Hey, you lot. Final few questions before we do indeed close out, people. We're gonna close out. We're gonna head over to the playback. But that stream's already started. The Pacers Knicks game, the Knicks Pacers game 6, currently going on. Cheeks holding it down over there. Currently a 3-point game. So get your questions in, people. As well. Big up Sham. Before you go, Kaneki, 1 second. You came over from Gav's channel, right? So big up to you, Sham, man. Much appreciated. You lot, questions before we do indeed close out, because we're going to close out in the next 10-15 minutes. Question, you man seen the Sesko transfer news? A few more teams interested in him. Arsenal, United, and Juventus. Source, Chinlu. This is news to me. Any of you lot know in the chat in regards to
the Athletic. That's the source.
I think it's way too early to be taking a lot of this stuff seriously.
It's way too early, and I'm gonna be real.
And go ahead.
I'm gonna be real with it. As I said, I don't lie on players. I don't like to lie on players. Manchester United, why are you looking at Sesko for? We have more pressing matters. Why are you looking? Sesko for Arsenal, I am sorry, you guys can do way much better than this.
Also facts.
Like, don't piss me off right now. I am sorry. There's an entire Euros onto why you don't buy this guy. When you need him the most, he will never be there. Yeah? But if this is Arsenal going back to Banta era, sign Sesko. But you guys look like you want to be taken seriously. So I'm going to talk to you now like you want to be taken seriously. Go find a better striker. All right?
I think they will. Let me get to this from Boston. Everyone avoiding Gyökeres like the plague. No, Juventus got linked to him yesterday. Chelsea got linked to him. There's another team again as well. But Chelsea.
He needs to go to PSG. That's what he needs to do.
There was someone else who got linked to him literally. Was like, I can't remember if it was the United Arsenal show or the United Chelsea show, but the news broke. I think it was the United Chelsea show. Go on.
I disagree that Gyökeres should go to PSG. I think PSG should sign Rodrigo. If Rodrigo's available, he should go to PSG.
First.
No, look.
Let me get to this now. I want to get everyone's player of the tournament. Kaneki, quickly. Your player of the tournament. Champions League player of the tournament.
Like a squad, or who's my overall player?
Individual player. Best player of the tournament.
Fabio Ruiz.
Same time.
Player of the tournament.
Yeah.
Going Dembele.
Cool. Fats, you there? This guy falling asleep. TJ. Falling asleep.
The entire PSG midfield. No, Vitinha.
Yeah, I hear you, but I hear you.
Vitinha. Just because, just roll the dice on whatever it lands on for whatever midfielder for PSG. No, Vitinha gets my vote.
One of them three. It is that.
Yeah, one of them three. One of them three for sure.
We say Steve.
Pacho.
Oh, I heard that.
Vitinha. for me. But yeah, like I hear all the shots. Like that midfield is crazy.
No lie, if not for Pacho, that Arsenal game would have been different. I'm gonna be honest with you.
True.
Yeah, Pacho was very good.
Steve, how old is Barcola?
19, or is he 21?
Oh, cool. So it's not too late for him to go to uni then. Kaneki, I've got a question for you, right? Do you watch? Do you watch Stade de Rennes?
Stade de Rennes, yes. Why?
All right. What are your thoughts on John Joe Finn Patrick?
Ooh, actually, fantastic. Thank you for bringing it up. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because he's Irish.
He's a fantastic player.
And I've been keeping an eye on him this season, and he just got called up to our national team. So your thoughts?
He did get called up. He deserves it. But
it was bullshit that he didn't start the Coupe de France final. I was talking about that with
Fam, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off about that Coupe de France final. Listen, right now, as you're saying it right now, I've been looking at a lot of players recently.
I think he did. Pops. I think he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Pacho has a deserving shout. But my stand-up performance for him was Arsenal, because I am sorry. Yes, everybody will hype Nuno Mendes. He stopped a lot of some soccer crosses that we've seen kill teams this season. Yes. Especially that one that was going to, was it Martinelli at the back post? TJ?
It was. Yes. Yeah.
Listen, Pacho has stopped a lot of things from happening, because I don't think I could sleep at night if I saw TJ here smiling, singing Champions of Europe. I don't want to envision that world.
Days.
I don't want to envision that.
And you know what? In Kaneki, I can tell you, you don't want to. So
no,
yes, you're right.
I'd never show my face on the show again.
You know. But no, Kaneki, back to John Joe, please. I need to.
Yeah, for him, it isn't just something for me with him now, because I want him to get a move, but I need to see another season from him.
Same.
If the move that I want him to go to is Bologna, if it's not Bologna, I want him to go to the Bundesliga. I need somewhere that's going to bring up his technical ability even more.
And the engine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What's his profile?
Huh?
Profile.
What is it?
Speak. What type of what do you think he can be in the future?
What I think he can be, put it in a good way, in a very good way. I'm saying this right now. I believe he could compete. I'm trying to think of the perfect player. Hold on. I'll get back to you. Let's do something.
I know what you're trying to say. John Patrick is 6'4".
And I'm happy he's in the squad now, because we don't have actual quality midfielders, barring Cullen, and he's like a mid-table Premier League player at best.
Josh Cullen, yeah.
First, it's a question for you, Steve, from Warrior J. Who do you have winning the Club World Cup?
Ask me.
Who cares?
No, I care.
I don't care at all. I don't
care. It's not English club. I care. I just don't need an English club.
Big clubs care. Big clubs care.
I just don't need an English club with it. That's all. I mean, yeah, go
on. I'm gonna.
Well, let me ask you, Steve. Dark horse for it.
Oh, dark horse would be Atletico Madrid.
Okay, and then favorite. Pick 2 or 3. Pick 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Okay, first.
If you had to ask me, Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, who do you have winning it? No, that's fine. I thought I'd just ask our interest. And yeah, people, I will be doing watch-alongs. They won't be on air. They will be on the playback. Not all of them selected games as well. I didn't realize.
Are you Are you gonna do Atletico Madrid versus PSG? That's one of the group.
Okay.
Yes.
That's gonna be.
Answer you know.
Yes, it's PSG.
Answer you know.
Yes.
I don't know. You didn't
Prime,
like PSG.
Go away, man.
Oh, I said to you this: the 2 English sides, PSG, Real Madrid. I think that was it.
Yeah. To you, Prime, I want him to be on a level where I can compare him to Guti.
You know what? There are a couple ballers over there. Yeah.
Wait. You said Guti.
You're talking about John Patrick, right?
Yeah.
From what I've seen of him, you see, because I've seen his technical ability and his and how he's able to play under pressure.
Yeah.
Based and with his height, I don't want to do the whole Yaya Toure thing because I want him to get more technical to be able to dictate play from deep. And I want him to be on that boot.
6. I want him to be our 6.
I want him to be our 6. And that's the thing. I want him to be a Guti type 6. I don't want it to be the whole he's 6'4", British brick wall, make him run. No, I want him to be from his technical ability that I've seen this season so far for them. He has the passing range. He just needs to get better.
Thank you.
He's able to play under pressure. He needs to work on his other foot. I am sorry, I hate seeing DMs that are one-footed. I know you're right-footed, but start getting things done on your left as well. But I need him to try and be like a Guti, a dictator that can play as a lone 6. I'm tired of this double pivot foolishness now. Okay, stop this woke nonsense.
Stop this woke nonsense. Ireland, so we're always going to play with a double pivot.
Yeah, because you know why most players don't want to be on an island by themselves. That's the problem.
And what makes it even worse is what makes it even better for this kid as well. Now that Reims are getting relegated, is you can literally buy him right now and develop him for like under 600k.
Yeah,
you can buy him for under 600k right now.
Thank you.
6'4".
Because he's my hope for like Ireland midfield because. We need,
and that's why I'm saying I need him.
He can.
Yeah.
Trust me, flawless.
And the thing is, right? He's now gonna get capped, so no one can try and steal him from us. You know.
What other nationalities is he? Who else is he eligible for? I know he's in
England.
I don't know. I haven't checked.
He's eligible for England.
I don't want to check. I don't want to. That's gonna. I don't want to check, bro. It's gonna scare me.
I'll check.
It's England, grandfather.
You said you just gonna call him up, so you're good.
It's England. I'm pretty sure it's England with his grandfather.
Yeah, I'm closing out very.
Okay, he can represent Ireland, Spain, France, or Cameroon.
Cool. He's capped. So
that's not crazy, man.
Also,
he's born in Madrid. He's born in Madrid to a French mother, Cameroonian grandparents, and an Irish father.
Yeah, the whole world to Russell Peters, the whole world is really mixing.
That's hilarious.
The nationalities again.
Huh? The nationalities?
Say the nationalities again that he's eligible for. The countries.
Ireland, Spain, France, Cameroon.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is a crazy.
Damn.
Also, Kineki, do you know about
100 guesses and it was like pick 4?
You'd never I'd have never guessed Spain. Never guessed Spain.
If you know what he looks like. Some of those
he got an afro.
Let me pull this up.
What do you think, Frank?
John Joe Fitzpatrick. That's the most Irish name, bro.
Yeah. I knew you'd be Irish. I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
What's your thought? Do you know about Johnny Kenny? You know about him? Celtic.
Johnny Kenny.
Celtic, you mean? He was on loan at Shamrock Rovers this season. Technically, he played in the Conference League. Do you know about him?
Yeah, I know of him. Why you asking me this? The striker.
What are your thoughts on him?
There you go.
What's my thought on him?
Yeah.
He has to improve now. I am sorry. From what I've seen of him so far from Celtic this season. To be fair, I haven't watched that much Celtic, but what I have seen, the few times I watched him score his goal. I did watch him score his goal.
He came back in January. He came back in January.
Played 4 games.
Yeah, because he came back on loan in January. He was on loan at Shamrock Rovers, like the first half of the European season. But technically, he played the full season at Shamrock Rovers, and he played in the Conference League. And he's
done good at Shamrock Rovers as well.
He was a top goal scorer or one of the top goal scorers in the Conference League, in the league phase.
Yeah, 5 goals, 6 games, 5 goals. And he has 2 goals in the Champions League as well for Shamrock Rovers. So, the thing with him is I need him to improve because I can see a bit of Tim Cahill in how he plays as well. Like, he's not afraid of, like, trying to win headers at 5'8". I find it hilarious that you're asking me, like, how to scout an Irish player. How did you know that? How did you guess that I knew these guys?
No, because these are guys that I know and I need other opinions on.
I know, but I'm asking, why did you just guess that? Yeah, man, Kaneki got it. Obviously,
I didn't guess because I've spoken to Steve about Finn Patrick all season, and I've never asked you. So I thought, let me ask you if you know about him, because you watched the French
League. Of course, I know about him.
Yeah,
of course. So
I think him being like beauty is. Listen, if he's just like, you know,
if you want a more basic thing, if he could be as simple as Iliada Mendy. I don't know if you still remember if you remember that DM, Iliada Mendy. Yeah. If he can even be him, that's a fantastic player. For this Johnny Kenny, he reminds me a lot of Tim Cahill, though. I'm not saying he doesn't shy at trying to head up. Like, this dude is 5'8" and he's jumping at every corner trying to score headers.
Because he's Irish. That's the Irish blood.
Yeah, he's like full pause on this. He's aggressive as well. So look. He needs to leave. Not play back at Celtic. Okay, that league right there is not going to nurture this guy. It's not going to try and build him. The best place for him to go.
That's not the biggest problem. They play fucking Adam Idea, that bum, too much. That's the problem. And they have Daisen Maeda as well. And then they got rid of Furuhashi. So it's like they've had opportunities to play him and they just don't. But
come on, bro. Look, as I said before, I don't really respect the Scottish league like that, because they play Burnley. Every team there is Burnley. Okay? It's blood and guts and leave it on the pitch. Okay? I'm sorry. If you're technical, you can't play in Scotland. So let me just say it before, so Flores can get to close out after. He needs to go somewhere that will help him nurture as a striker, because how he plays, I like his link, how he links as well. He's not shy of dropping deep. Put it like this, it's almost like Rooney. Like, he doesn't mind doing the dirty work, but he's also a goal scorer. But I see more Tim Cahill than Wayne Rooney because of how clinical he is. But he needs to go somewhere that's going to nurture him. And I don't know if you agree with me, Steve. The best place I can say that would nurture him is him to go to the Netherlands.
Yeah,
like as a striker. As a striker.
Troy Parrott went to Alkmaar this season and he's banged goals.
FC Twente needed striker after Ricky Van Wolfswinkel. They need
okay. So at least now you at least see where I'm thinking of it. Like, to nurture him as a striker, he needs to go to the Netherlands.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks, Kaneki. Thank you.
There you go. Hey, you lot continue to run up the likes. Final few questions, people. Like I say, we're closing out like 5 to 10, just under 100 people in the building.
My question:
only at
is he gone?
Let's get up to 80 likes, people. Let's get up to 80 likes. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to TJ's channel as well, TJ Warren TV. The link's underneath in the description, people. Also on the featured channel page. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV clips as well. New clip every day, whether it's from a recent stream or older stream. Prime does all the edits, all them fantastic edits over there. So
big up Prime, by the way. Big up Prime,
yo. You know what I'm saying? You definitely have found your calling with them clips, because you have me howling.
Killing it.
I just saw it today because I was actually looking for something else on YouTube. The one with Cam has hit 2K. It's crazy.
Nice.
So, thanks, people.
On the socials or on the channel?
On
I'm not even checking numbers like that.
On YouTube, when he's going at these guys.
I was on my account and I was searching for things on YouTube, and it came up on my searches, and I just saw 2K, and I was like, what?
Oh, salute to you lot. Yeah, because we had ended up, because what we had done, we was on here and then we had set a premiere, and then man just redirected over there because we got a couple of big raids. So yeah, man, salute to everyone who watched though, because they did well on the socials as well. Excellent edit, man. That shit had me rolling, man.
It was so funny.
Man, I didn't watch it until like the premiere, so I was like, all right, let me see this. So
I'll be real. I don't even think the edit is that good. It's one I made.
Fam, you had me dying with the Lex one though. The field though.
Not even that. I've got one. I made one of you that I don't think I could play because of the music on it. You know, when you were on the Ironman show, the last one, when you were talking about Man United, your whole rant about Meet the Devils, bro, that was hilarious. I've got an edit that's amazing, but I can't put on you.
Yeah, the friggin' hills with friggin' copyright. It stinks.
It's amazing.
Hey, what? But big up, man. You lot, Sarcasm City TV clips. Links in the title. Click the link in the title. Opens up a new tab. Also, big up to ZSS. See you all. Great show. See you also. Yes, I see Sham talking to Bayesian Pops as well. Of course, you'll get the Bayesian show tomorrow alongside the United Spurs show. Everything's on the schedule anyway. Even though the season is now over. Even though the season don't seem to be over because we got the Club World Cup in 2 weeks. It was me thinking it was like 2 months away. So it's told me now it's 2 weeks away. What? All right, great.
F-Floss, you don't get to escape me for long.
Oh shit, I know. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? The fucking hell right there in human form. But hey, we move. But run up the likes, hit the subscribe button as well. Hit the notification. This guy is an absolute idiot. Spend too much time around this guy, yo. For real, I'm tired of this shit, yo. It was me thinking, yeah, I got a break. I just see this guy, yo. It's like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, Sham, you already know, man. Like I say, that show's tomorrow. Yeah, the United Liverpool show, Barbados edition with Bayesian Reds TV. Everything's on the schedule, but just because the season's coming to a close or has came to a close, we're still gonna produce content. You'll still get all the weekly shows that just be surrounding transfer rumors and of course any permanent transfers as well. So keep an eye out because the schedule could change in regards to not emergency streams, but based on new signings, etc. Because I'll either try to go live the day of or the day after. Let's say Arsenal signed Sesko, for example. Day of or
Please
the day
don't.
after. It is. All right, let's say I go with let's say Arsenal signed Yokerets. There we go.
There you go. Thank you. I appreciate that.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? And from some miracle they get Vitina, we'll go live that night or the day after people. But yeah, TJ, shout out your channel, man. Let them know what you got coming up the weekend, rest of the next week, also over the summer months as well.
Yeah. So we got I might be doing a gaming stream tomorrow night just because the football is over. So I'll just be talking shit and playing FIFA and getting my ass kicked probably. And then I got American Idiots on Friday, every Friday at 10 p.m. UK time. And then American Waffle will be back this week. On Monday, I believe, Tuesday, 1 a.m. UK time. So tune back in for that. That's going to be wild because now that we know the European winners, I'm probably going to get absolutely cooked. So we'll see how that goes. But big up Flawless, big up everybody. I really appreciate you having me on. Yeah, TJ Warren TV, I appreciate us up.
TJ Warren TV people, and the content isn't stopping here. Let me know who's live, people. Is there anyone who's live? Let me know in the chat if anyone is live. If not, I'll just send you over to Alam's channel because he's doing Toronto Hoop Talk. He is doing the Pacers next game, people.
Well, you can premiere a video.
Because I like to do it when it's more because I want to do it like the cam video. So that's why I don't even know which video I'm going to use. I don't even know which one to put out tomorrow still. I was going to chat to you about it, so we'll talk about it anyway. I was going to say, yeah, so Sarcasm City TV clips, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to TJ's channel as well, TJ Warren TV. And the content isn't stopping, people. We're going live over on the playback for the Indiana Pacers. We are currently live, Indiana Pacers, New York Knicks, or I should say New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers, Game 6, Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks trying to take it to a Game 7. The Pacers trying to close out the series. www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. That's playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. And the same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same on playback. It just it gets a little bit more crazy over there than it does here on the YouTube channel as well. So get over
that's how we
to
like
the playback.
It.
Yeah, see
you over there.
This strange individual over there called Strasbourg Steve. But this is what it looks like, people. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea. You need to take a time out, man. That's what you need to do. I don't know what's going on, man. You need to take a time out. I don't know what he's on. I don't know what girl he's been talking to, but crazy. But that's how it looks, people. And also, if you have an NBA League Pass, you can use it to actually sync up with us, and you'll see the game in the screen. Or for some games, I'm giving out VIP passes so you can watch the game for absolutely free. So get over to the playback. If you are an NBA fan, we also do Premier League watch-alongs over there. Champions League we did today. Europa League when the season starts back. But you'll get boxing content, UFC, Formula 1, of course, gaming content all over on the Sarcasm City TV playback, people. So head over there. But we are going to close out. We're going to redirect to my guy Alam because he's actually doing that game. So all I need you lot to do is put Sarcasm City TV raid in Alam's chat. Sarcasm Sarcasm City TV raid in a Lamb's chat. And make sure you follow us on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, where you find all of the live streams in audio only form, people. All the live streams on the YouTube you find in audio only form. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc., etc. Yeah. You're on that different milk though, Pops. You know what I'm saying? And that's different. I don't know what milk he is. Different. See, different. You know what I'm saying? Completely different. Why this guy's got it in a green flowery cup? I have no idea. But anyways, we're closing out. Big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Again, Sarcasm City TV raid in a Lamb's chat. And see you lot on the playback. Big up.